Hi, Innocent Miracle here. Welcome to Chess with Dutch. Today we're going to talk about pins and skewers. This is part of our ongoing series on how to play chess. In case you've not seen the other videos, I'll link the playlist in the description. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so we'll be beginning or starting off with pins. So, when you say pin, what does pin basically mean in chess? Pin is a chess tactic where you attack a defending piece where that piece cannot move, because if it moves it exposes the piece on the other side to capture by the attacking piece. So when you attack a lesser piece that cannot move, it's called pinning, and the piece that cannot move is pinned. Now let me explain. Here I have the bishop. The bishop pins the knight to the queen. Here the knight cannot move, because if the knight moves, the bishop will capture the queen. And also here this bishop also pins the knight to the king. The knight cannot move, because if it moves, it's exposing the king to capture. So basically it would be an illegal move for the knight to move. Now there are two types of capture. There are two types of pins rather. We have absolute pin and a relative pin. Now an absolute pin, this is where basically a piece is pinned to the king. That piece cannot move, because you cannot put your king in danger. A piece is pinned to the king whereby the piece cannot move. Now, why a relative pin is the kind of pin whereby a piece can move, because it's not really attacking the king, it's attacking basically maybe attacking the queen or the rook, as in this case is the queen. Now, let me show you. Now, if I want to move this knight, I can move this knight. You can see I can move this knight, but now the bishop can capture this queen. The bishop can capture the queen. So this is a bad idea. While on the other hand, if I want to move, okay, let me make that move again. While if I want to move this knight, I can't, because the knight is pinned to the king and you cannot move the king. You cannot put the king under check under any circumstance. So that's the difference. Here this knight is under a relative pin, while this knight is under an absolute pin. Absolute pins, when you have an absolute pin, the piece that has been pinned cannot move. This happens most especially when you're pinning a piece to the king. While relative pin, the piece can move, but if the piece moves, the attacking piece can capture the piece on the other side. So that's it for that on pins. The next we're going to talk about is skewers. Alright, so skewers on the other hand is more or less like the opposite of pins. In pins you attack a piece of lesser value that is in direct line of sight with a piece of higher value, whereas if it moves you capture the piece of higher value. But skewers is the opposite. In a skewer, you attack a piece of higher value. So whereby when it moves, it exposes a piece of lesser value. Now let me make this, for example. This is a queen. I can give a check to the king here. Now this king has to move. Now when the king moves anywhere, I can capture the rook. Now, so this is a skewer. Skewer basically is you attack a piece of higher value. When you attack the piece of higher value, now the king, for example, is under check. The king, for example, is under check and cannot remain on this file and on the 8th rank. Sorry, cannot remain on the 8th rank. So the king has to move. It moves down to the 7th rank, and then once the king moves anywhere, we capture the rook, because the rook is not defended. So that's it on skewer. Let me give you another example. Here's another example. Now on this, it's white to move. Um, as you can see, this bishop can deliver a check to the king. Now the king has to move. So when the king moves, the bishop would pick up the rook. So these are common chess tactics you should watch out for in your games when you play chess games. So that's it. That's that for this video. In our subsequent videos, in the next video, we'll be knowing more about how to draw a chess game and also fox. So I think in this series we'll have just 2 more videos to go. Then we're also going to learn about our chess end games. So yeah, that's all for this video. If you do like the video, please like and subscribe, and invite your friends to subscribe to the channel, as I'll really be grateful. Thank you, and see you in subsequent videos. Check.